feel like our characters robbed you at some point.
He's forever the squire now.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
He married my mom.
Hey guys, I play with soldier on the weekend.
Andrew's balls. I do a lot more of the back end, like,
Whoa.
you don't touch somebody else's sword without permission. Hi everybody, and welcome to the first ever LARP podcast of House Corvo. We're going to try to make this a semi-regular thing, and have special guests and talk about different systems and different groups and stuff. And today our first guest we have on is Andrew, one of our oldest members. He's the only one wearing armor today. He chose to do that for some reason.
Got a rep.
But he looks cool. And we got some fun stuff planned. But before we get started, first thing, we are starting a tradition. Me and Alex do not drink, so we are starting a tradition of opening some sparkling fruit juice at the beginning of every podcast. So,
Delicious.
quite a favorite among the house, obviously.
There's a lot of history behind the drinks there.
There is a lot.
We have brought them to almost every event that we go to just because they're a favorite.
They're a favorite. They're a favorite of everybody, to be real. I'm not a bartender.
Thank God.
I could be, but
He'd get fired.
I would get fired.
He's getting fired.
He'd get fired.
Gotta tilt the glass.
Oh, I know. I know how to do that. I live with him. I know how to do a little bit.
Touche.
All right. So, first things first, our special guest. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm part of the command staff for House Corvo. I'm one of the founding members, along the other two here.
Alex, can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Alex, also known as Rex Corvo. I am the de facto leader of House Corvo and creator of House Corvo.
Hi, I'm generally consider myself to be Alex's third, right after my mom. If you don't know, he's my stepdad. That's kind of our dynamic, so makes things kind of fun. But so I generally handle more of he does all the fun decision making and like talking. All the on the side, like logistical things, like a little bit of our social media, mainly the YouTube channel, setting up the podcast. That's all kind of my area of expertise. He makes the decisions, I do the grunt work, basically. So that's the gist. So a little bit about what House Corvo is. We are a community, a LARPer-based community that kind of promotes the hobby in general. We have a bunch of different members. We participate in multiple different systems across the areas where we operate, and we're even expanding to across the country, and not just in the Midwest, and not just in Wisconsin. And we're promoting different systems and helping people get connected with different groups and things like that, and expanding the hobbies, not just foam fighting, into other kinds of combat, steel combat like Boo Hurt and stuff, and also parlor LARPs and things like that. We're diversifying our expertise. So, first question that we have, Alex, can you explain us a little bit about how House Corvo came to be?
Oh, yeah. So, House Corvo kind of came from one of the LARPs we were in a couple years back, and it just kind of grew from there. It started off as just a small little like faction-based thing where I was trying to become a knight in the system. You had to do certain things. And I ended up getting a following because I had a couple of my goofball friends that wanted to come and, just hang out and have fun. Well, we were able to get, like, matching tabards, and we rallied behind, like, a device. And a device is just like, what you see behind Andrew over there. You can kind of see it.
A very old device, way older.
That's like the first gen one. And we rallied behind that. We got custom patches, and we just started showing up as 5 people, then all of a sudden 10 people, then 15 people, and it kind of grew to a point where it got bigger than the initial LARP we were playing in.
So where did like the name House Corvo, Rex Corvo, the heraldry, where did all that come from?
So Corvo means raven in Italian. I'm not Italian. I'm Sicilian, and that's a very fine distinction there, but the Italian word for raven was Corvo, so I just kind of ran with it. Rex was a character I played way back in the day, So it's kind of funny. It loosely translate to King Raven. Not that I'm a king or anything, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting aesthetic.
Interesting. So, Andrew, what's your connection to the house? Like, what's your involvement with us as a community?
So do you want the story of how I even got to the point of here, or do you want more of just what do I see in the house?
I think you should do both. Both are important.
I feel like our characters robbed you at some point.
Oh, it was worse than that. So you got to understand. So I started LARPing when I was about anywhere. I think it was about 12 years old, 9 or 12 years old, somewhere in there. And we had all been playing in a system from way back in the day. Like it ended up ending in COVID. It was like 10 years ago.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
10 plus.
And my first ever event, I had done all this stuff. I had put all this equipment together. I mean, it was this was my first showing of my character. So I unfortunately, if you will, had the pleasure of meeting them as cultists. And didn't realize it until about halfway through the event when I inevitably got knocked out and then poisoned.
And robbed.
And robbed. And then, yeah, that's where I first met these goofballs. And then later on, funny enough, I re-met Alex after a multiple of years when I actually was selling some armor on Facebook, I believe, or something like that. And he just happened to be the one to respond. Of course.
I'm always looking for a good deal, so I'm always looking for stuff.
For some context, LARP is a hobby where you don't actually knock people out and rob them. It's called role-playing. So Andrew was not actually unconscious, and he was only robbed for his in-game currency, fake money that has no real value, but only has value for the purpose of the story. We were playing NPCs, which means we were basically just characters run by the game itself. So we weren't actually involved. It was more we were playing a character that we weren't invested in. So he was playing his actual PC, like a player character that he was invested in. We were just throwaway, unnamed characters.
So like we'd be the random filler guys
Yes.
in the background of like movies with your, the main character.
Our official name was Cultist 1 and 2. So,
which I respected being number 2.
So what are you involved with House Corvo now, as is?
So I am currently one of the command staff, as I said earlier. I was in charge of a lot of when we would have our practices and things like that, I was in charge of a lot of the more basic people that come in to play. Didn't have a lot of stuff, didn't have any particular want for any particular role, so we'd stick them all in a force, and I was in charge of that. And eventually that progressed into me being skilled enough to actually be the main man's bodyguard. Mm-hmm. And so I ended up playing that for a while, and I still do. Mm-hmm. And he ended up squiring me in our system, I don't want to say last year?
Not our system, a system we play in.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
It was great. I slapped him and everything.
Yeah.
He's forever the squire now. He's stuck.
I can't get away from these guys, I tell you.
No, he can't.
But yeah, so I'm in charge of. I've kind of gotten a little bit more responsibility as we've grown bigger, and we need to separate some of the responsibilities and stuff. So I'm in charge of safety whenever we do have our practices. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is I keep this goofball alive and take over when need be.
Yeah. So I joined the house. It's kind of weird. So if you don't know, he married my mom. So there's an argument to be made that was kind of my introduction into the house. But it's
Best
kind of weird.
decision I've ever
But
made.
really, since my mom and him began dating, there was kind of a. At first, it was weird because if you don't know, I'm pretty young. I'm only 22. And at first, being 10 years ago, however, I was 12 years old, and so there was a little bit of who the heck is this guy? What is he? Why is he hanging out with my mom all the time? But obviously, as I got older, kind of shifted, and quickly it kind of became a familial connection. It became a little more than that, and then marriage in, and so we kind of just became a family at that point. And this kind of goes for as a whole. All the core members of House Corvo that come to everything consistently, that are reliable, that are our friends. We really do consider them all family. Some of us literally are. And, I mean, at this point, Andrew's basically my brother, you know. It's like my girlfriend's involved in the house and a couple of other people in the house, even though there's no technical familial connection. They've been our friends for years. So that kind of really started. But then I went to basic training for the Army. And when I came back, this guy told me about a system. And he was like, I need goons, and I want you to be in charge of some goons. And I was like, sign me up. Let's go kill some bandits. And that's where I, well, didn't meet him, but that event is the event that he actually like fully came on the bandwagon, and we had a great time at that event. And now again, like everything has kind of progressed. I started out my first persona that was really involved with the system we were in was a chaplain. So his responsibility was essentially to maintain the morale of the troops, and that included making sure people had food and water, making sure that was brought, making sure that people were okay both in and out of game. Their characters' morale was okay, so you know, and the player was all right. The player wasn't overstressed or hurt or anything like that. You know, not that I'm a medic, but you know, I'd be that kind of mediary, and that eventually progressed into me being more of the logistics kind of handler. I mean, that's something I'm very got some decent skill with, setting up YouTube channel and stuff, and looking to grow. I'm a huge nerd when it comes to those technical things, so it's an expanding skill set. So that's kind of really what I do. After my mom, I'm probably number 3 in charge of House Corvo. My mom will disagree with that statement, but you know. So yeah. So Andrew, a question for you. What's your favorite House Corvo story? It can be from a LARP event. It can be anything.
Oh, does that have to be one that I was there for?
It doesn't have to be.
It
So-
would probably help. You're past the hooch.
I'm trying to think.
Phone call.
One of the.
This is not alcoholic.
It's not hooch.
I'm trying to think of one
That's
that
right.
I was into because I got so many.
Yeah, it's hard to pick just one, isn't it?
Well, I do because the question is, do it?
If you need a segment, I think we can switch to Alex.
I might have to. I honestly, there's a lot of stories I got. I kind of have to pick through them.
So, I got a really good story here. So, this story takes place, probably, I want to say 2.5 years ago, almost 3. So, me and another guy that we still play with to this day. He's awesome. Shout out to Ronan. Ronan's an awesome dude. Me and him were conspiring to like take out a fellow knight because the guy was from a different country, and in game wise, I should say, this is all in game wise, and we and him didn't see eye to eye, so we had our goons go out and like was gonna ambush him.
Oh, I know this one.
Well, the problem with this is that they weren't able to ambush the knight, but they ambushed the knight's bodyguard. So the 3 of them ambushed this guy.
Remember it well.
That was fun.
And got him down where they were going to take him into custody. And the knight comes out, he's like, "Oh, what are you doing to my guys? Oh my gosh." Me and my friend Ronan come out, and we're like, "What's going on?" So
Aspirant knights.
the knight starts attacking my guys, and I'm like, "Whoa, he's attacking my guys. I can attack him now." Because now it's like an onerous thing. I'm like, he attacked me and my men, I can attack him. So we attack him, he surrenders. So now we have 2 people in custody. When we're in their country. So we're in their country, we arrest them and say they broke the law. They're the ones that make the law. So, the long story short, we let the knight go because he didn't have any money on him anyways to rob him for. Well, the other guy we gave to a traveling, like, constable. That was from the kingdom we were
had a
in.
writ from their lord,
Yeah,
actually.
so he was actually a legitimate, like, constable person and, like, worked out great. Come to find out, that guy had false papers. And this person was now taken very far away from his kingdom. How are we supposed to know?
It was a funny story. And a side note, the guy who we ended up giving to the guy, he's actually someone who's plays with us. He's one of our really good friends. His name is Miles. Shout out to you, Miles. You've probably seen him at some house practices. You'll see him on a house practice that's actually going to be coming up pretty soon. And he's a great guy. He took it great. He thought it was hilarious. He was upset at first, but then he was like,
It took him a bit to think it was
it took him a bit, but then, you know, hindsight always, and no serious consequences came for his character or anything, but it was also kind of a matter of the person running the game kind of came to us and was like, why did you guys do that? And we were like, what do you mean? It's like, well, this was this. And we're like, well, we didn't, there was no way for us to know that. We didn't know in game or out of game that character had fake papers. So, well, one way or another, it was a great time. I got my story. So unless you got yours.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So my story, we were at an event, same system, and we had like no one. He wasn't there. It was Alex, me, the Ronan guy, and another one of our buddies named Isaac. Never been to a LARP event before. Never experienced a LARP event. Never had anything like that except for playing around in the backyard. And
One of my favorite stories.
he ended up getting attacked by bandits, and he ended up being carried away. And we were holding a shield wall on a line on guarding a trail at some point, and he was being carried away. There's some more details, but cutting it short. So all I hear is this guy from behind me in his full plate screaming for his character's name, like, no, you can't take my man. And all of a sudden I hear behind me, I'm in the shield wall with Ronan and two other people, and I just hear him yelling, break ranks, louder than I've ever heard. Now, if you don't know, he does not run. It takes a lot to get him to run at an event, especially when he's wearing full plate.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And this man, I hear a freight train coming behind me, and I hear break ranks, and I'm like, oh, I gotta move. I manage to step out of the way. This guy has to push Ronan out of the way and goes charging after me. Now, I see him running, and I know that this crap is real. So I go running after him, and, I'm short, but I can keep up. And I keep up behind him, and we ended up actually passing the rest of the bandits to get to our man who was at the back of their pack. And all of a sudden, the guy carrying our fallen comrade just turns around, screams like a little girl, puts him down, and runs off into the woods. So he goes up and secures our man, and just as that happens, I'm right behind him, and another one of the bandits with a massive shield and full armor comes up right behind him. So I stop and I turn, and I plant my feet in the ground, and I put my shield up, and I'm holding him in position so he can't advance any further. He steps to the side, and I fall down because the road was elevated, so I slip down the side of the road. He gets a couple hits on me. I'm also in full plate for context. And I place my shield on the ground and do a combat roll in a full suit of armor with my shield and turn up and stand. And just as I stand up, he passes me carrying my friend. So we just perfectly executed this extraction of our friend, and then we start pulling back. And it was so cool that the guy who was playing that bandit character stopped and looked at me and he just goes, okay, that was really cool. I can't even complain. That was amazing. And then we left. So yeah, that's one of my favorite moments because from the get-go, we were like, this guy who's never LARPed before, never been to anything like this, he was in character the whole time. He was screaming Rex, help me please. He was role-playing. It was great. And he ended up, his character didn't die, which was great. We got him medical attention. So.
He still isn't dead.
He still isn't dead, technically, yeah.
Better than some of us.
Yeah, better than... Yeah.
That's a story for another time.
That's story for another podcast.
Yep.
So what's the story you bring today?
So I finally found one. I think it's one of my all-time favorite moments. It does involve a little bit of injury on my part with my infinite wisdom and my great mobility.
He's okay.
I'm perfectly fine. Well, mostly. Anyway.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Screws loose.
A little bit. So, anyways, so we were at a system where actually a lot of these stories are coming from, and it was, in essence, a big noble party hunt mechanic, essentially. And there were monsters, and there were some pretty notorious monsters. There were some minor ones. So we ended up fighting what was called the Wendigo, and from off the rip, this man over here, as we enter through what they call the portal, it's basically just a gate to get into the affected area. This man turns us all around and gives us an actual prayer, mind you, like an in-game sermon before we go.
My character's religious.
Because he's our chaplain for the system. And so he goes and he gives a sermon. It's really great. Actually, one of your best that I've heard personally.
Yeah, I remember it. It was really good.
And So we go, and right off the rip, it's cannibals, like monsters. They're respawning relentlessly. It is just a mud crawl for the entire fight. And we get to where the Wendigo actually shows up. It is our really good friend Miles, we mentioned earlier, playing it.
He was the one playing
He's
it.
very, like, when I say athletic, I mean, he runs track and field, so he's got a lot of stamina.
He's very fast and he's a lot of stamina.
And to play this monster, you do have to have a lot of stamina. You do, because it is very heavy. It's a heavy costume.
I mean, it's a Wendigo.
And it's a Wendigo.
It's a Wendigo.
So it's supposed to be quick, fast, and And so he is just dogpiling a lot of our players. We came in for what? I want to say 15 people, 10 people?
It was 10.
I think it was a limit of 10 people.
No, I think it was 8, actually.
Was it 8?
It was 8. It was 8.
Yeah, it was
8.
8.
Yeah, okay, because I thought we originally were allowed 10, and then they said 8.
He dropped it down a
They
little bit.
cut us down because they were like, oh, they're too
They didn't
OP.
have enough NPCs for it.
Yeah, that is true. They only had like 6 NPCs.
We were too OP.
We were too.
It was one of our bigger attendance events.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So we go in. We're all in a shield wall. That's one of our greatest strengths as the house is that we do practice. We do a lot of that stuff, so we can
A lot of formations,
a
call
lot
out
of
orders.
formations, call outs, things like that. Stuff to help our players and our new players and experienced players even to
Just work as a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So we get up to this fight and people start losing. Like we're losing armor. Like we all almost a lot of us have, if not full plate, at least a couple points of plate armor on almost every person. And so we're just taking hits. Like constantly, it gets to the point where we're like, I can't. Like I'm using a big, I think it's called what is this? Spyhander was what it was called.
Spyhander,
Yeah, the big gigantic version. It's like 71 inches. It's almost as tall as I am.
Big sword.
And it's really heavy. And I mean, head to toe plate, like Alex. And so I'm getting to the point where I can't even lift my weapon because we've been fighting for like 30 to 40 minutes now.
It was a long fight.
It was
Wendigo
a
was
constant,
very tanky.
unforgiving, long fight.
So fun, though.
It was, again, one of my favorite fights.
I think it was my favorite fight in that system.
I think we whacked it over 200 times.
Yes.
Yeah, its health pool I think was a little over, like a little around 150 to 200.
And bear in mind, it's not just a monster. There's like 6 or 7 cultists with it as well.
Yeah.
So there's like throwaway monsters that we have to.
That they just respond. Keep going.
Yep.
They just keep going.
Yep. And and it would also, the Wendigo would heal after eating, like whatever, like players or NPCs. Like it would actually heal up. So we ended up having to do more damage because it would just heal. So anyways, we end up killing it. I mean, it's a really great moment. No one died except one person. Unfortunately, he was playing an NPC, so it wasn't an NPC.
And that
but
was his second LARP event
ever. So and he actually did. The only reason, anyway, he died. It was actually really unfortunate. Some circumstances led to him not quite having the right luck, I guess. If you want to put it that way.
His character gave his life saving the life of another noble
Yeah.
character.
Which is that Ronin guy.
Which is that Ronin guy.
Exactly.
He saved Ronin's life.
Ronin guy. He's
Ronin
in
got
the center
seriously
line.
injured. His character did, but he gave his character enough time for us to get him medical attention and not bleed out, and so he lived.
And that's actually where part of the story that I actually wanted to, the main story of this whole story.
That's why I
here
mentioned
is,
I knew where you were going.
I figured it's pretty notorious in our group. So the thing that happened was that we had defeated the Wendigo, we defeated all the rest of the cultists, we got everything cleared up, and I hear Alex, full voice, full tone, yell at me because I have an item called a coagulant, and what it does is just stops bleeding. Basically, it stabilizes a bleed out person and bleed out for LARP.
Keeps him from dying.
Basically, yeah. Completely from going from full dead. And so I'm like dead exhausted. I haven't had any water. I haven't had any food.
Yeah, drink more water.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to collapse. But I'm like in the moment. I'm like, okay. So I have never run so fast in my life in full plate. And mind you, this is all mild steel. It's not my new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is like 70 pounds of equipment, 60 to 70 pounds of equipment if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that everyone could hear me just clanking away down the hall or down this path, and it's maybe what, like half a mile, maybe
Quarter of a mile
distance down this muddy, grassy, rock-ridden path. And I think you were following me.
I was right behind you.
You were right behind me, and all of a sudden, I actually got my foot stuck in under a branch, as our route as I was running full bore, and there was a print of like a slide in the mud.
Of where his head hit
My
the
head
dirt.
and face, you could see the details of my face slide in the mud.
Yes, you could.
For like a good 10, 12 inches of just yeah, it was a mess. So anyways, he comes running up behind me.
Don't
and is
take
like,
your helmet off.
Yeah. And he comes up running behind me. He's like, "Are you good?" I'm good. I'm like, "Yes, I'm perfectly fine. I got it. I'm good. So
Adrenaline, man.
adrenaline is a hell of a drug. And so I full right back up to full sprint. I mean, immediate full bore. And I get there, and I literally get there, hand the item off to our medic, who is one of our also command staff, called in her name Marion, right?
Marion was a character's name.
Her name's Autumn. She's wonderful.
My
She
girlfriend.
keeps us alive every
She's
time.
amazing.
If we didn't have her, it would be a lot worse. Huge credit to her. But yeah, so I get there, and literally I have to have her help me take off my breastplate because I cannot breathe. Because I had so much lactic acid built up in my stomach. I thought I cracked a rib. And so I actually had to take the rest of the day off. And I had a mild concussion that didn't take effect until that Monday. So that was fun. And then I busted my knee again after having a motorcycle accident like a year before.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy because then a couple days later he told us, yeah, I had a concussion and my knee is destroyed. I have to be in a cast for a bit, and we're just like, but you just got up and kept going. He's like, yeah, apparently just adrenaline, man. Like he's more durable than a lot of people give him credit for.
That's
so.
a classic what not to do at a LARP
Yes.
event.
Yeah, if you ever have the option, don't run in full plate. It's not fun when you fall.
And make sure you keep your helmet on, and most importantly, drink water, because that was ultimately what caused this. He was not drinking enough water.
Which is funny from the previous story. It was like, I never run, and this is one of the reasons why I never run.
I also don't run anymore.
It
Partially
also,
because I can't.
it was also
But
it was also one of his first. It was also one of his earliest sets of armor, and all the pieces didn't quite work as well as his
they were
current
put
armor.
together enough to fit,
Yes.
but not enough to necessarily function how they should have.
Yes. That's one of those things. When you start out, this was a few years ago, when you start out wearing armor, sometimes stuff doesn't quite go together right, and you got to kind of lean into it and get things working as you learn. And that's it with anything. As you learn, this is the first time I've ever done any setup for audio recording equipment, and it works. But we're gonna upgrade
enough.
we're gonna upgrade some things in the future. So yeah, we it's a little cobbled together, but I hope it sounds all right. With that in mind, if it does sound a little weird, apologies. We'll upgrade it in the future.
Might not wear a hat next time, because I don't know. It's like, just kind of, you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm shading.
Hey, don't diss the hats.
Oh, I'm not dissing a hat.
my
My
hat-
hat is fire.
My hat is beautiful. Thank
My
you very
hat
much.
is probably older than maybe some of the people on this panel. But
That actually is probably true. So
He's not wrong.
Alex, what is something you're looking forward to with the house in the future?
I'm looking forward to just all the people we are going to meet. We're starting to get involved in even more LARPs with all across Wisconsin, different types of LARPs, anywhere from more historical to more fantasy. I'm excited that we're going to be playing rat people. I'm excited to be in full plate armor with steel swords. So there's a huge thing we're going to be doing the rest of this year and then the coming next year. So just the growth and everything we're doing is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've grown a lot.
We have, and we continue to grow.
We do. When we started, what did we have? At best, for like a couple months, we had like 10 people.
Our first house practice, which
yeah.
you've seen the house practices on the YouTube channel. Our first house practice was these 3 people. That was it. Nobody else. My mom wasn't even home because she was taking my sister to something. This was literally the 3 of us outside. We planned it out. We invited a bunch of people. Only 3 of us showed up, and we live here. And now we have house practices where our next one is probably going to be our biggest one ever. Maybe it could get up to 25 people if everybody shows up. Sometimes things happen, but
And are we doing the afterwards as well? The skill fighting?
Oh, yeah, that's happening.
We
Don't
should
worry.
announce that.
Oh, this will be out after the house practice videos are out. Don't worry. Or maybe not.
Cool things to come.
We'll
eventually.
see. It will be out. Speaking of skill fighting, we're also going to be posting later, literally right after this podcast. We're going to the Raven's Nest Boohurt Fight Night. So you'll see some of them on the channel as well, and it'll be out by the time this podcast comes out. So take a look at that. Yeah. So Andrew, what's something you're looking forward to with the house going further in the future? Things we have planned.
I don't know if we're promoting it yet, but I know we do have some big plans in the works for some cool events coming in the future.
WAF?
Yes.
You can talk about WAF.
Okay. So we are actually potentially within the next couple years looking at making what's called the War of the Houses. We're kind of playtesting it right now, making some of the rules, kind of, just seeing what the people want.
It's in the pre-alpha stage.
Basically, right, yeah. We literally have how to take a hit and how to count armor is pretty much what we got right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very basic stuff. That's a really big thing that I'm looking forward to. I personally think I think it's really cool because I mean we could potentially have in the future it could grow up to a multi-day event. Who knows? And I really love multi-day events. One days are nice when you want to take like a lighter day. You don't want to do a lot of stuff. You want to just kind of hang out. And,
don't want to set up any tents.
Yeah, and that's a big one.
Especially my tent. Like your
yeah,
guys' tent.
yeah, or they'll say yours is a mess to put up.
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's really beautiful.
Or
Scott's tent, yeah. But yeah, so that's one thing I'm looking forward to. I'm really getting into the sword fighting, the steel fighting myself. I obviously you can kind of see it. I've got this breastplate here.
It's real metal, real steel.
I am slowly putting together a 14th century man-at-arms kit. I've got most of it. We're missing a few pieces right now, which will be later in the future. So that's one of the big things I'm looking forward to. I just got a helmet from a friend of mine, friend of ours actually, as I would say, I dare to say.
A friend of the house.
Yes.
Anyone who's in the house knows it. It's Mordred. Cool guy.
Mordred.
Cool guy.
Mordred's pretty cool.
He hooks me up with a lot of the armor that I get for really really low prices because he's a sweet dude.
Price is so low it should be criminal.
Mordred, shout out, I love you, thank you.
He's a cool guy.
So yeah, no, that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. I really am digging the steel fighting. I got introduced to it from actually his biological father, Scott,
who is also a member of the house.
Exactly.
I want that to kind of go to show how great this community is. The fact that my mom, my stepdad, and my dad can all play side by side LARPing together, and that for a lot of people that's going to sound crazy, but for the house, that's standard. That's just something that really brings the community together as a whole, and it's really beautiful. It's really great. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I really am digging the harness fetching, the boss fetching. I met some amazing people over at Armistice over in
check out that
Pennsylvania.
video. It's already out.
It is already out.
At the time of recording.
Yeah, true. That was a really eye-opening experience. I always thought that harness fetching was typically like a one-on-one, but actually you can do multiple tens of people for like you can do whole groups of it, and it is really fun. And it's quick. It doesn't actually take too long. You're maybe fighting I think we did a 4v4, and I think it took us like 4 minutes per bout, roughly.
Yeah.
At the long end.
Couple of them not even that long.
Yeah, a couple of them are only like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. So
yeah.
You're not fighting every second of all the day. So it is actually does give you a chance to breathe and catch your breath. But it is also the fact of being able to experience it and practice, and it actually helps me learn more sword fighting techniques
and be more confident in foam fighting.
Exactly, because when you're getting whacked by a metal weapon, foam don't seem that bad.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, I can just take the hit and I don't care.
Exactly,
it's great. It's also cool. It's also great going with like the shorter rounds and being less tired. Thing that's cool about it, in my opinion, is like in LARP, you're fighting and people have a number of hit points, so you get a great one really good hit in, and you're like, okay. Now I got to do that 10 more times to kill this guy. In harness fetching, you get one good stab in right where the weak spot is, and they're out the fight, and you just kill them, done. Fight's over. So it makes the fights a lot quicker, and when you win, it's like an immediate, oh my gosh, I got that hit in, and there's none of this. It's a lot more interesting, and part of that's also helpful because you get tired quicker because, you're wearing a real suit of armor, and, you get a little more tired. It's not silly LARP armor, it's
actual plate.
And you have to wear a helmet. There's no, I'm taking it off, I'm just going to fight without it because no headshots. No, you need it, and it gets hard to breathe in there. So
I do definitely think soon we're going to do a video comparing like the armor that you need in Harness Fetch and some of the more historical stuff and why it's
Stay tuned.
better versus some of the fantasy stuff. So like, don't get me wrong, I do both. I have a full suit of fantasy stuff, which I love. It's nice and light. I can run around. I can move really well. And then I have my 14th century historical set. And I can still move around quite well, but the weight and the difference of it, like where it's protecting, how it's attached to you. Because like the more fantasy stuff, it all kind of connects to itself. But like the historical stuff, you need the undergarments to affix your armor to. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
And in my experience, because I have always LARPed in armor, even since I first started at 9 years old. Yes, full suit of armor, 9 years old. I know that sounds crazy, but Yeah. And I've always done it, and I personally am somebody who believes that the reason historical armor, at least for me, this is completely my own personal opinion, I like wearing more historical armor because it works better, because it is designed to work better, because they really designed it to really fight. And like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of fantasy armor that is next to historical, where the only thing that's different is they put like a little like embellished thing on it. Some fantasy armor is completely unhistorical and would never work in real life, and we've seen video games with armor like that, and people try to recreate it in real life and it doesn't work.
Unfortunately, a lot of the Dark Souls armor doesn't work. Don't worry, I looked into it, I tried.
But at the same time, like, that's just a personal taste for me. I mean, but it's also like, if you want to wear like fantasy armor, as long as it's not hurting you and you're comfortable in it, go for it. Have a great time. There's nothing wrong with that. So
that's kind of the main thing with this hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Wear anything that looks, close or fantasy or historical. Wear it.
At the end of the day,
just know your limitations. Like, if you live in a hotter climate, like if you're down south in the United States, like maybe wear a little different fabric than somebody up north in Wisconsin.
Don't wear wool if it's July in Texas.
So you do kind of got to tailor your ensemble based on where you live.
And at the end of the day, all LARP is the skill tree advanced version of playing with sticks in your backyard with your brother. That's all it is. It's just a really advanced version of that. So there are LARPs that we play in where there's no costume requirements. You can just show up with just the sword you have, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We obviously like to dress up because we're nerds, but
I'm more of a geek.
If you don't have the money to, spend a few $100 on a fancy outfit, or you don't have, cool friends that give you cool gifts, then, just go with what you got.
Cool friends with cool gifts.
That's all. It's all. Everything is fake fighting with real swords or real fighting with fake swords. One or the other. So,
true.
Well, one thing I'm looking forward to the most is I'm looking forward to the YouTube channel because I know I've been putting a lot of work into it to expand it, increase the video upload schedule and things like that. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to, and there's not really much more to elaborate. There's more content coming and a lot more cool stuff. So, last thing I have for you guys is if you could sum up House Corvo with like one phrase or sentence or word, what would you use, Andrew?
Okay, I'm going to preface this by saying we're not a company, but to me, and with how long I've been with these guys and how well they've treated me and how well, family. That's how I would do it for me personally, just because it has been a really nice place to form friendships, I know you said one phrase, I apologize, but when I say this, I mean it literally, I really do enjoy being here. It is one of my homes. It is one of my
He's a squire for a reason.
I think that's just because I show up every time.
We have not paid him to say all this. I'm telling you.
No, unfortunately, they have not. They should though. I'm kidding.
I will say this about Andrew. There are several people in our community that have, there's a part of it, and I honestly feel like Andrew, for the people who are in the core community, he's probably the heart. He's probably the heart of our community because he's reliable, he's consistent, he's late sometimes, but he shows up. And there have been some times where him showing up late actually kind of helped save the day.
Should we tell him that story for the one, or should we save that for another one?
Next time.
We said it for next time.
Okay.
Next time. Don't worry, just get something more to talk about next time. But he's really the heart. He's really the heart of our group. He's the one who's always there to help somebody else out. He's the one that's always the. It's like, hey, I'm new and I don't know what's going on. Andrew's in charge of you now. That's, generally kind of how it works. So that's really where I'd put him.
might be a little bit high cholesterol, but
This is true.
you know.
He's
I need to do some.
He's all the
weight loss.
charisma of the house. That's what he is.
I just make sure the people that I'm in charge of don't end up the process of using weapons. About where I'm at.
He makes sure that everybody remains safe and breathing. That's what he said.
Should we just add a bunch of caws in here, like caw?
Well, they're going to be in there anyway.
Caw?
Don't worry about it. So what does House Corvo mean to you? What if you can sum up in a phrase or a word or a sentence?
Surprising. I never thought that 3 people would turn into.
I think it's like 80 now.
It was 80 on the Discord, so it's very surprising to me. Granted, you know.
We got some people that aren't even on the Discord too.
Exactly.
Probably more like 90.
There are some people that are still living like it's the 1300s.
We've actually got some people all over the world. We got a couple people who went back home to Germany. They were over here on a visa and they played with us.
Oh, and that nice guy from Egypt.
Nice guy from Egypt. His official House Corvo title is the Sword of the Nile. He was a super Yusuf. I know you're probably not watching this, but if you are, we remember you. You as well, Irina and Natalie and Pauline. You all are really great people.
Did Natalie go back too?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think they left Tuesday night though. I'm
Probably.
not entirely sure.
Either way, we remember you guys. You're great. I think for me, what I would count this as is. See, it's weird for me because I do a lot more of the back end, like stuff. Don't make it weird. I do a lot of the back end stuff, but I think for me, House Corvo existing is really like an inspiration for me. It's really inspiring because because if you don't know, in Wisconsin, there was a lot of, during COVID and just before COVID, the LARPing community in Wisconsin kind of put itself out. And it was really sad, and then COVID was the final nail in the coffin, and there was a lot of drama where people from different systems wouldn't even talk to each other, much less play with each other. And we're now coming out here trying to build a community of new LARPers in Wisconsin and reestablish everything. And we've built this group that out of nowhere, where we've got a lot of people now. We got a big group. I can honestly say I have a larger group of friends than I could ever have considered me having in my life. And I'm working with all kinds of technical things. I've got connections with groups of people I never would have met before. It's really beautiful, and I'm really inspired to do things with my life, even just stuff as boring as going to work. Like, it honestly really does make a difference for me. So,
Hey guys, I play with Soldier on the weekend. You want to hang out?
I mean,
That works like
there's
times before.
There's a few of the people in the house I met through my work or the army. So
The funny part is that's about how we got Dylan in, isn't it?
it is how we got Dylan in.
Yeah.
Good old Bill.
And some other people maybe. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You guys got anything else you want to bring up? Want to tell any stories or anything like that?
We could tell him the story about what I was talking about earlier.
We should save that one for another day.
You think we should say that for another night?
That's okay.
That's a long.
We don't want to know what Andrew does.
I want to tell that whole event though. That's why. That event, individual fight. My favorite fight was the fighting the Wendigo from that system. Favorite event was that whole event, so I'd want to tell the whole story.
That's fair.
So.
That's fair.
Anybody else got anything you want to add?
I could tell him about the time I died. You want to spill that story?
Maybe keep it short. Yeah.
Probably the funniest thing ever.
He's got some stuff.
Funniest thing ever. Okay. We're not gonna talk about how he died in a system because that's next time. Because that needs a lot more story.
It does need a lot more story.
The funniest thing ever is showing up to it was a new system. New system was just starting out.
This is how
brand new system. Brand new system. They haven't even have like established lore yet.
They weren't even. Yeah, they're technically.
They're just trying. They're getting their stuff together. They're seeing their player base, and we show up as rat men. We had some really cool rat masks.
Oh no.
It was just me and Alex.
Yeah, I joined
they
that roller
didn't know what to do with
coaster
us. They did not know what to do with us because they're like, what?
Because while they had mechanics for Beast Folk, they did not intend for them to be played that early.
So our little rat group was established before their lore was.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Did you mention when we met Andrew at that event? That was
That's
really where
when
we
knocked him out and robbed him.
No, it wasn't. That was a different event.
I knocked him out and robbed him.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
he
right.
absolutely
You've
knocked
done
me
that
out.
to him multiple times. That's true.
Yeah, that's kind of the MO at this
When
point.
we,
Whether we're not on the same side, I get knocked out and robbed.
I do want
90%
to
of
point.
the
I do
time.
want to point something out. So that was 3-4 years ago. you look at this man now. You see this outfit, this belt, this really cool belt that was, built by somebody.
I wonder who.
It was not. It was my first time making it. I could have done.
Wasn't it my? It was my Christmas gift from you.
It was either Christmas or your birthday. One of
No,
the-
it was Christmas because it took another month and a half for it to get completed.
That is true. It took me a long time to get it finished.
Yeah.
But you see this man, he's got a coyote fur, he's got his really cool armor, his cool necklace, cool belt, cool hat, cool. I can keep going. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. He's even got cool shoes.
I'm missing the gloves.
Of course. Well, he's more likely to rob because he's got more stuff on him.
I'd still rob him.
But anyway, you see the way he's dressed.
Wow.
You see his cool outfit. When I saw this man at this system, he was wearing a black t-shirt, black sweatpants, black tennis shoes, and he had these weird black leather things on his butt. And that was his entire outfit for this high fantasy system. And we show up as like these deranged rat people, full costume. I got like rat legs and claws. He's got a mask. He's got all this cool like ramshackle armor on, and this guy over here. And we make fun of him the whole time, and that's how we became friends. I'm kidding. So he's come a long way. There's a lot of people in the house that, when they started, they had no idea what they were doing, and now there's some people in the house that, like, when they started, they were like, how to sword, and now they're like
closing their eyes,
and now they're like, if we sent them out, they'd be like, okay, he's got it covered. Like Nolan's a great example, and he's also very young, and he's when he started out, he did not know what he was doing. He didn't even consider himself a fighter. Now he's got his own suit of armor. He's got his gear. He has his own gear.
He's got his own stuff.
Yeah, he's really coming along, and he's actually a decent fighter now too. So like,
Because like that's a big deal. Like, because gear is expensive. We're not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, this hobby's cheap. This hobby is not cheap.
It's not. My breastplate alone is 130.
There are parts of the hobby you could do for cheap, but there's parts of the hobby that you could do for cheap, but you definitely should not because it's a bad idea.
You'll hurt yourself. If you get the wrong type of stuff, you'll hurt yourself, unfortunately.
Armor, weapon, shoes are three big ones where you don't want to skimp out on. You want good stuff for that. So, hats.
Unless you look good, and then you don't really need
Unless you look good without a hat,
Yeah, I don't think I look very good considering that. 21 years old.
For people who aren't looking at the video, Andrew's bald.
Yeah.
Balding.
I should say, yes, balding technically. But it's getting to the point where I might have to start shaving here.
You might actually not look too bad. There's some people that can pull off that bald look.
See, I don't think I can. If I grew up my beard and kept it, maybe, but because I weld,
Just
I can't.
a goatee.
You think just a goatee?
Yeah. And then you just wear one of those like welder goatee masks, like dwarves and stuff. Anyone that plays dwarves, you need like some kind of protection when you're hammering out on the
I
blacksmith,
literally
you know?
just shaved too. Like 20 minutes before the podcast.
You got the high diddly hole on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this mustache won't make it till tomorrow. I'm not rocking with it. It feels weird.
I hate when it like goes in your mouth.
Yeah, I know it's not great.
That's why I don't keep my beards long.
I wanted
because
to-
my,
I wanted
my hair
to
is
give-
curly, so it curls into my mouth like tusks, and it's
This is the
not
most
fun.
grown out my mustache has ever been. I wanted to try it. Not rocking with it.
He's grown up now.
Not to. Hey, I'm not the youngest one at this table. By like
yeah,
2
but
weeks.
no, yes.
Oh, side note, happy birthday to all three of us, because our birthdays are all within 2 weeks of each other.
Yeah,
So,
literally, I'm the 16th, he's the 14th, and he's the 1st.
almost within 2 weeks of each other. Almost within 2 weeks of each other. Very close.
Back in my day, you weren't even existing.
Yeah, all right.
Both of you.
Well,
How back in my day are we going?
I was gonna say
Oh!
you would have been
Just far
You would have
enough.
been. You would have been like eight.
Yeah.
8, 7.
Hey, ain't first, you're last.
Ricky Bobby.
Not soliciting any movies.
Copyright free. Copyright free. Wait.
Insert cause here. We gotta get that on a shirt. Insert cause here.
I don't give a call.
I don't give a cause.
Oh my gosh. We should. Hey, speaking of merch, we have hoodies. You
That's
can buy
right, yes.
House Corvo hoodies for a really good price.
Comfortable.
We'll put a link in the description. Please check them out. They're
I'm gonna link
great.
ya.
We'll give you a link. That same store actually sells a lot of stuff, and there'll be more House Corvo themed stuff going up there when we have it
She's
available.
selling banners and stuff too now.
Well, she made this tapestry.
I mean, I know she made that, but I mean like actual silk banners. She's still selling those now.
Yep, silk banners. If you want a custom medieval historical silk
I wish I
banner.
would have brought mine. I could have shown it off.
Oh, we'll be doing a product review actually.
Okay,
On
good.
her store.
We're
Good,
good. We do
good.
a lot of product reviews.
And we're gonna start doing more.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some products.
More.
More.
Kinda like Kylo Ren.
Monetized by your own family because they're within your own family.
Well, it's like Kylo Ren in that one Star Wars movie. More. Oh, speaking of more. Oh, there's a little bit left in here. We drained that bottle real fast.
Alright.
I think next time we need to, if we have any more than 3 people, we need to get a second bottle.
We just gotta cut people off. Like guests only get like a shot glass.
I only got 1 glass. You got 2. You got 1.5.
Sucks for you, I bought it.
That's fair. You did buy it. I just gotta buy the next one.
The house
The
provides.
house does provide. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the house practice coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Are we running the first like
We're gonna do
practice of the War of the Houses, or are we-
no, not quite.
not quite? Is that
Not
a little
quite.
bit more in the future then?
Not quite. It's getting really close.
We're getting
Okay.
close.
Uh,
We don't want to roll it out halfway done. We want to
Yeah, no,
push it
absolutely.
out finish.
I just didn't know what our time schedule was looking like here.
when it gets done.
We're looking late summer next year for sure. That's gonna be a big thing. So
That's news to me.
keep looking on the channel. Late summer next year, maybe even early September. I don't want to get into September because it's when all the kids are going back to school and everything. It's just a harder time. Definitely gonna be looking at something like that. Trying to find the proper site and all that.
Side note: stay tuned for the Ren Fair because we're also going to Bristol Ren Fair this year,
Bristol Red Bear.
and we'll actually have a bit more of a full video now that I've learned how to edit. So
Yeah, and I believe some of us are actually working the Sword Masters Challenge as well.
can we talk about that?
True, yeah. Swordmasters Challenge.
Yeah.
Swordmasters Challenge.
Swordmasters
Shout out
Challenge.
to you guys.
Mhm.
We're gonna try and do a short video with them too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when we go to the Ren Fair, before we actually start working, we'll just plug them. Swordmaster Challenge are awesome. The
Yeah.
guys are great. The owner's awesome. Yeah, they're just great people.
We've actually got a couple of members of the house who have come to house practices who were part of the Sword Master Challenge.
And they're good for the community. They
Yeah.
go all over.
They're
They're
great.
south,
They go to
north,
everything. I think they
north,
go to almost
everywhere.
every single Ren Fair
Yeah.
around.
And it's literally like an introduction into LARPing because they use LARP swords. Like it's
Yep.
it's an introduction for
They
anybody
use
who's
that
brand new.
armory, don't they?
Yep, Epic Armory. Yeah.
Epic Armory, another shout out.
Hey! House Corvo Epic Armory affiliate. They're
Let's
great.
go!
We love them. They're actually up on the computer. Oh, you closed the tab. They were up on
They
the
were up
computer.
on the
We were literally looking shopping for some stuff.
Yeah, go to www.epicarmory.com.
Please, no, for real. They've got some really cool stuff.
They're awesome.
I remember back in the day, it was like, oh, I got a Cali. Oh, I got Epic Armory. Now it's like, oh my gosh, Epic Armory. They got a new thing. They
I
have.
can't wait for the beer mug. I'm gonna get the
I'm gonna
mug.
get a broom. I'm gonna get a broom because
There's
I want a broom.
There's definitely some cool stuff coming out.
Banner poles.
Banner poles are huge.
Oh my gosh,
Banner poles
yes.
are huge.
I'm excited for that.
I gotta
I'm
get a
super
flail.
excited for that.
I gotta get a flail.
I know, but the
I want the banner pole.
I really
want
want
to be that guy.
I want the banner pole with the halberd head on it.
Oh no, I just want the full banner. Put a full flag on it, and I'll have like a sword or a shield, and I'll whack people. Imagine whacking somebody with a foam flag, just BAM!
You gotta be careful though. You're gonna make it out of a thicker material. You're
No,
gonna
they're
silk.
they're perfectly. Oh, you mean the
For I mean,
fabric?
when you're
Oh,
using
you
it
mean
for
the
you don't want to
fabric.
do silk because you might rip it. Then that would be like.
Oh, no,
No, I wouldn't use silk. I wouldn't use silk.
No, that's what I
Use one of these
this.
guys. No, I use that one.
Use that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Literally that.
I'm
flag.
actually trying to. I need to. Yeah, we'll talk after.
Well, yeah, well.
Hammer.
Cool. I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Sorry if it's a little bit shorter. In the future, we'll do some longer ones.
No.
Hey man,
A little less, but
first one. First
I
one,
think it's
pretty
great.
good.
I think it's
I
great.
think it's good.
Glad these guys are here. Glad we got to do this. And we'll try to have some other guests. We'll get some people that are actually like people who run different systems and things out on here.
Yeah.
Get some other pillars of the LARPing community here in Wisconsin and maybe across the Midwest in the future.
Leave a comment on what you guys want to see.
Mhm.
If there's something specific you guys want to see that we can talk about. Or
Any
share.
stories you want us to tell, or anything like that.
Heck, you want us to whack somebody on the podcast? We can do that too. That's kind of fun.
I mean, hey, maybe
Maybe we just whack Andrew.
It's nothing new to me.
the swords are right there.
Break my gloves.
All right, hold on. Well, the
All right.
repeat of that whole disaster.
All
Don't
right.
touch my sword! Ah! Come on!
Whoa! Go on.
Insert cause here.
We don't touch each other's swords here, at least not without permission.
Whoa.
Swords.
is
I'm talking about LARP swords. What do you mean?
Call that out one.
He's talking about LARP swords. You don't touch somebody else's sword without permission. That's how it works.
See,
I don't know. You guys are going somewhere else with this.
See,
I don't know what
that's
you mean.
why I bring a helmet, so I always have protection.
Him too. He's got armor.
He's got armor on. Yeah.
Stay protected.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I should get a shirt or a hat that says "No headshots allowed," and then have a picture of me running into the mud,
Running away from the death prince.
Yeah, literally running over the difference, like no running in the mud.
Yeah, just a way to go.
You're all gonna have brown pants.
I'm
not gonna go into
I had two
why,
pants.
because everyone already knows why. I don't know if that's copyrighted.
Oh, fun fact.
My
Complete
little
side
wing
note.
is not working.
No, you're being here. You can't stand up. Can you? Can you
No,
stand up?
I-
Stand up. Can you stand up? Can you stand up?
I don't know if I have any legs. You can't see them on them. I don't know.
Fine. I don't know. So I'm just gonna do this then.
Oh, he's touching me.
So he's got this beautiful piece of jewelry here that I made. I made this. I made it myself.
Mm-hmm.
We'll actually go into detail about that at some point in the future.
Some point
Um,
in the future.
shout out local small business Touch of Glass, where I got the materials and class on how to make stuff.
Wow, we're just shouting at everyone in the first.
Well, that's what we do. That's what House Corvo does. We promote things.
Promote things.
No,
Like not touching people's swords.
don't do
Next
that.
time, no, I'm kidding.
And wearing protection. Like this helmet.
I don't know which lady gave it to me. I bought it in game for coin, and because she was offloading a bunch of gear, and
What
so
system did you get that from?
I got this in Reckoning. It was a Reckoning LARP. That's what it's called. It's down in Kentucky as of the last year, or technically this year, I think it was. But anyways,
Technically.
and I've been in the market for a what is it called? It's a Chamberlain.
It is called a livery chain.
Thank you. There's a certain style though. I think it was like a Chamberlain liver chain. So, anyways,
I don't know.
it was a certain
He has
style.
a bad habit of mispronouncing historical
Everything I
words.
missed.
A gorget.
Shut up. That was one. That was not once, but it was a long time ago.
Globus.
Stop.
Would you say that one time?
I said Globus.
It's a
No,
Globus. What do
no,
you call it?
Globis. I call it
You call it
Globis.
Globis.
Anyways, real quick.
That's what
So
the
I got
Globus
this from
is
a lady.
It's a Globis.
Yeah, I call it the Globis. Leave me alone, all right?
It's a Globis breastplate.
Shush it, all right? I know better now. Anyways, so I got this piece from her. I've been in the market because you can't find them or make them for like less than $150. Like I could not find anywhere that would sell the parts,
That's a
the
lot
chain,
of gold.
and yeah, it's a lot of gold. You're not kidding. And so I couldn't find it. And basically what ended up happening was I saw she had this one on display, and I was like, "How much do you want for it?" And she's like, "I'll take 6 in-game silver," which at the time, mind you, I had over 200 silver from eliminating a bunch of monsters and players. So I'm like, "You're kidding me!" I told her afterward, I'm like, "You know this goes for like $200 probably, right?" And she was like, "Nope, it's just been sitting in my basement for like 6 years, and I wanted to get rid of it." So here I am, and this is the only piece of like livery chain that I have, and I'm working on getting another one made at the current moment in time.
Because one is not good enough.
Looks good,
You
though.
need
Nope, I
2
need 7.
livery chains.
All right. So, thank you, Alex. Thank you, Andrew. This has been the first episode of the House Corvo podcast. We'll see you in the next one. House Corvo salute on the left. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Cue outro music.
Caw!